You have blown your youth. You spent the years between 18 and 35 doing whatever the hell you chose to do. No heat, no judgment. But you blew your youth. When your counterparts who were looking to marry up and marry well were getting married their junior and senior year in college, the first and second year after college, they were married at 22 and 23, and you were laughing at those white girls and those Asian girls getting married at 22, 23. You get married after college, that's too young. We need to go on girls trips and having our best life and hot girl summer and all this other bullshit. Now, they're 10 years into their marriage, 3 kids deep, and their husband's a VP of marketing somewhere. And while you still got you and your cats are living in a loft downtown, driving your BMW in a middling career. You ain't on no career track. You blew your youth. You blew your youth. You can't get that back. You don't have time to play any more games. You don't have another 10 years to try to figure this shit out. You'll be 50. You don't have time to keep playing games.
Modern women waste their youth being hoes, then feel depressed and lonely when no man wants them when they are old and sagging. Who is to blame?
Oh, when he told me he was 34, I said, where's your wife and kids, bro? Like, you're
What?
34.
Yeah, come on, getting up there.
I'm like, you're getting up there. That's
40
that's
is right around the corner.
40 is right there. You're going to be 35 really soon. And he was like, oh, like, I'm in no rush, blah, blah, blah. You know why he's not in a rush? Because he's expecting that he's going to scoop up like a 25, 26-year-old. So he's not in a rush.
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's not going to work. So I think like a lot of men think like that.
That mentality.
All we can do is just laugh while listening to these women. This is just another example of how older women respond to men their age who aren't in a rush to be in a relationship. They hate that men their age are waiting out to find someone younger than them.
However, this is a plateau in terms of your handsomeness, in terms of your hairline, in terms of your fashion and your coolness to people who are younger than you. So keep thinking that you got all that.
Guys are dating in their 60s, and this triggers women because they were taught they would always be in demand. The older men prefer younger women, just like women want rich men.
That's really why we don't like certain conversations. Like women over 35, the reason why we don't like certain conversations is because men do genuinely, for the most part, get better with time. And a lot of women don't. And it's not because you aren't beautiful anymore. It's because you let life get on you and you stop taking care of yourself. Because think about it. After your third heartbreak, bitch, would you want to date you? Who really wants to come through and clean up all this fucking trauma these other left behind because you mismanaged your pussy your whole life? And I don't even get the same pussy that these got.
Real talk, fellas. We have all met that woman that you genuinely can't even have a conversation with because she's so messed up.
Lately, we see a lot of women that are unfortunately frustrated with being single. They're complaining about being single. We see it on YouTube, Instagram, and a lot lately on TikTok. Why do you think that is?
I think, for one, a lot of women are reaching a point where they're realizing that they are not going to get the man that they once thought they would, right? There's a saying, comparison is the thief of joy. And I think the problem is a lot of women are going on Instagram. They're seeing, the grass is greener on the other side. They're seeing men with a lot of money. They're seeing the lifestyle. They're seeing the vacations, and they want that too. And the reality is that's not for everyone. And I think what has to happen is women need to just face reality and realize that that's not real life. A lot of women are not going to end up in that type of a situation, and they need to start looking at men for how they treat them and aim for a man that's more in your tax bracket. Stop looking at millionaires. Stop looking at 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes in finance, and look for something more up your alley. And I think you will.
Guys will literally be like, I'm just not ready for a relationship, and they're 35 years old, and like, you're not ready. What were you waiting for to be ready? Being completely bald? You still have a little too much hair to be in a relationship. What could you possibly be waiting for?
Older women love to shame older men when it comes to dating and relationships. It's really a projection because they know what old age means to them. So they try to put those same expectations on men who are dating women they're younger.
Let's talk about the Peter Pan syndrome. Honestly, this is more common in big party cities like LA, Miami, and New York. Essentially, Peter Pan syndrome happens to men who are in their late 20s, early 30s, and older. So Peter Pan syndrome is where their age is getting serious, but they are not. These men are not focused on finding their person, they're not focused on their career or money, and they are focused on having fun, partying, and just chasing girls. These types of guys have commitment problems and essentially are just very, very hard to date. That is something to keep in mind and look for when you are choosing a potential partner. If you found this video helpful, be sure to follow me for more. Bye!
It's always interesting when women over 30 start complaining about dating. It's a tough pill to take for women once they hit 30, because it's not that those men aren't serious about dating, they just aren't being serious with you.
Yo, some women get on my fucking nerve. Like, they're over here fucking turning 40, telling me that, oh, I can't find a good man, I can't find a good man. And then they fucking talk to someone and they just stop talking to them. And I'm like, well, what the fuck happened? Oh, well, I asked him what he was doing and he told me he was eating chicken wings. Okay, and that was it. He was eating fucking chicken wings. You fucking stopped talking to him because he was eating fucking chicken wings? No, he should have, like, ate something healthier. Like, I want my guy to eat something healthy. The guy fucking wants chicken wings. You just stop talking to a guy for eating fucking chicken wings. That's why you fucking 40 and single. Like, what do you mean they ain't good guys? He's not a good guy because he eats fucking chicken wings? Get the fuck out of here.
Welcome to the last 10 years of dating as a guy. You've just explained the majority of guys' experiences.
I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't drink anything without feeling pain.
I believe men are supposed to chase a woman, date her, spoil her, respect and adore her, and love her more. Anything outside of that is just weird. And if you're watching this as a woman, disagreeing with it, thinking it's too much or you don't deserve this, you have been brainwashed and you do not know your own worth. And you may even have internalized misogyny, which you definitely need to work on and heal that shit.
It's always the same nonsense from these women. They love to tell men who they should date, spoil, and adore them. But we never heard what they plan to do for their men. It's always all about what they want and don't care about anything else.
I never complain on here, but honestly, I've been in tears all day. So I got the flu, got sick from my parents to tell me they were sick about 3 days ago. I had back-to-back sessions on the last 2 days, like 10 sessions, barely alive, breathing in my session. Yesterday, I woke up with hives all over my body and freaking out, contemplating life and wondering, should I go to the ER or just take Benadryl? Because my whole body was covered, so I think I had a reaction of something. Now, as a spiritual person, I'm like, I'm protected, I'm all this, but no. Are some people just being challenged right now? Because I feel like I am being challenged to a T. How can I run a business being sick? And then I found out that the insurance that I had ran out. So if I go to the ER or go to urgent care, I have to pay out of pocket. Not that the medical was any good anyways, because I had a high deductible. Please someone pinch me, tell me what the frick is going on, because I literally can't. I cannot. So I can't even do any readings. I can't even function. All I'm doing is making sure that I'm not hiving up and not itching and not coughing and blowing my nose. Who else can resonate? Because I'm freaking over it.
I'm going to be turning 39 a week from tomorrow, and I am still single, and that makes me sad. My own cats are running from me. If you had told 25-year-old Rihanna that on her 39th birthday she would still be unmarried with no children, I would have laughed in your face or been so angry in disbelief, because that is not what I envisioned for my life. In my early 20s, I was never that girl that wanted to get married right away and have a young family. I wanted to be able to experience life. But probably around 25, 26 is when I was like, I do want to be married. And it has just never happened for me for whatever reason. And I have spent years wondering what is wrong with me. Is there something about me? Am I just not supposed to ever be with someone? And the reality is I don't know if I will ever find my person. And I hope that I do. And I want to have children. But at what point do you let that dream go? And I know that like there's still time. 39, you can still have children. There's still time to accomplish all of those things. But it does make me sad to be going into another year of my life without anyone. Sometimes I think being a single woman, it feels like you can't win because no matter what you say, people are always going to be challenging whatever you're feeling. If I say that I'm sad about not being married, people will say you just need to be living your best life. And there's a lot of married people who are unhappy and would do anything to be in your position. If I say that I'm happy and content with my life, there's the other group of people that say your life is meaningless and you will never know fulfillment. And this is what feminism does. And it's really hard for two things to be true at the same time, where I do have things in my life that I enjoy, while I also would love to be in partnership with somebody. So I guess I'm just sharing this because I know I'm not the only single, almost 39-year-old person to have ever existed. I'm not the first and I won't be the last. There's a lot of people that are in my position, but sometimes it can be really hard to exist in this space where you can be really grateful and content in a lot of areas, but also have a longing for something that you don't yet have. And it takes a lot of character to walk through that.
Basically the end and future of most modern feminists.
Turning 40 this year and everything is just hitting me right now. It's like not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at anything. I haven't even tried. Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything. And I don't know how to, I did this whole growing thing wrong. Like I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to be able to handle these things, and I can't handle anything. And I literally am just realizing, like, it's been 40 years of this, and like, it's 40 years of just being confused and not knowing, and like figuring things out slower, and like not, like, I haven't built anything. I have nothing like to show for this time. I just don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid, and I don't.
So this is a woman turning 40. I told you that the panic used to set in at 35, and now it's getting later. And the numbers are looking more like 38, 39, and 40. And plus 41, 42, early 40s even for some, depending upon if they live in cities. So what's happening here? Some of this is that people are infantilized, right, in general. And like I tell you, there are like grown-ups, 40-year-olds in New York City that are partying like 20-year-olds. And it's like so embarrassing. If you've like grown up and you go and you're like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like he's living in a studio apartment that he can touch both walls. He's 40 years old. His job sucks. Like he's out drinking on a Thursday night and dancing to like Groove Is in the Heart. What the hell is going on? Right. You know, you just like, holy mother, you know, but this is also what happens to women in particular when they follow the feminist path, because what happens is they realize that all of the stuff that they were building doesn't matter to them. And they're 40 and they're older and they're alone and it's harder to get a guy. And now like this stuff that they built doesn't keep them warm at night. It doesn't make them feel good. It doesn't make them feel valued. And now it's all of the responsibility is on them. So now it's like, oh my God, even if I wanted to have a baby and let's say I went and had a baby myself and got a donor, I have to work. I have to support this child on my own. Like it becomes completely overwhelming. And you look back at your life and you say, what the hell was I doing? And you look across the street and you see that woman who has a husband and a child and doesn't have a job anymore, but looks fulfilled. And you say, what went wrong for me? And what went wrong for them is that they listened to the crappy advice and they listened to people who told them that their career would be more fulfilling than, say, motherhood or being a wife or having a family or any of those things that put you in your feminine and make you really think about at the end of the day what brings you joy and peace. And they're at complete dis-ease and panic-stricken and now 40 and don't feel like they're in their prime and don't know what to do about it, right? Because once the time has passed, the time has passed. And you can't change certain things, right? You can't make yourself younger and you can't take away the wasted time, and you have to find a way to move forward and say, okay, I'm 40 and I'm going to do the best with what it is. But it's very hard to do when you look back at your life and say that the things that you built and invested time in don't matter to you, and the things that you didn't build and didn't invest in time in do matter to you, and it may be too late for some of them. And what compounds this is that then you have a subset of women that they go and try to have a baby and it's too late due to fertility reasons, due to many reasons. And it's horrible to watch, right? I'm not here. I have no intention of making fun of her, or this is very, very sad. What I do have an intention of is talking to the 22-year-olds out there who think I'm being mean by telling you that if you wait till 40, you're making the wrong decision. Because maybe this won't be you and won't be your story, but it's more likely that it will be your story than if you prioritized all of those things that actually will build you up, like family, husband, children, at 25. So I've seen this story play out way too many times, in particularly in women. Because guys do feel like they have more time, because guys do have more time. They do. They're not on the same biological clock. Their value doesn't diminish in the same way. They're not as reliant on attractiveness. They're more reliant on financials. It's a different world. And women will say, well, that's not fair. Life's not fair, right? It's all guys will also say maybe it's not fair that they are expected to have the financial clout that they do. It just is. We're different. We have different expectations, and it just works out that way. So it's me imploring women, look at these videos. Look at these videos and grow up, right? People say, oh, Jen, you want people to get married at 22. Yeah, you're an adult. You were an adult at 22. You're an adult. Whatever message you got out of college that you're still a baby, you're an adult. And the sooner you embrace an adulthood that feels good to you, the less likely it is that you land at 40 panic-stricken, that you built nothing that has value to you, and you're basically still a kid that doesn't know how to do anything, and your whole life is effed up. We don't want that.
She implodes with tears and panic on her 40th birthday. Well, the honest tragedy of single, aging women. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.